right, I see Igor is on the document, so let's start. So do you have an update regarding the DevNet? I know that last week we still had some issues with Erigon and Nimbus, as far as I know, and even maybe with Lighthouse. Is there any news regarding that?
Yeah, we were able to, in coordination with Nimbus team, we were able to solve the consensus issue we have there. So nodes, Nimbus nodes are able to sync to DevNet now. I think that was solved. We still have some issues with the Erigon Nimbus pair, which is still missing some slots, but that seems to be something else. But yeah, I think regarding those two issues, we also have some, I reported it yesterday, we have some issues with Erigon as well regarding these restarts that occurred because of high memory usage on the different nodes.
Got it. And Nimbus works with Nethermind without issues, right?
Yeah, we have it working. It's also able to propose blocks, some blocks with Erigon. So it's like some of them are just missing, like, but then the node is able to work in the DevNet.
Okay, good. And all the other clients, I mean, Erigon now has full blocks.
Sorry, didn't get it.
So last week we had issues with Erigon having like very low transaction number per block. Is this fixed now?
Oh yeah, I think it's related to some configuration issue. Erigon has a limit on which transactions it processes depending on the gas usage on those. And as the faucets start adding more and more transactions, these limits may hit sometime, and that's why it also have these empty blocks sometime, depending. But we increased those limits with some that help, so I think it's mostly that limit the issue. So
Okay, so with those new flags now, it just works. Or
yeah,
is there still issues with the flags?
Yeah, it increases the limit a bit. I think again, this is something that doesn't happen all the time. We still have some blocks with hundreds of transactions from Erigon from time to time, but I think it has also reached this new limit as well. I'm not sure. We need to check again, but we still have lower transactions. Again, yeah.
If I may, so there was an undetected bug earlier in the transaction pool related to this. I think Andrew pushed a commit today to fix it, so I'll be updating the image, and I think this will happen less often after that.
Awesome.
Is it gonna fix these missing slots issues? Because we have right now a lot of missing slots with Erigon Lighthouse, Erigon Nimbus.
I think Lighthouse
might.
Lighthouse issues could probably be related to these restarts. Again, this happens to all the nodes and only to Lighthouse. It just happens sometimes. Also because Lighthouse is one of the majority validator clients in the DevNet. So it happens more frequently to them. But I think the key is these restarts that are happening with the Erigon nodes.
But like, does that mean that Lighthouse nodes, even with those 16 gigs, like, is that not enough to run the few transactions on the DevNet?
I'm not sure what would be the cost, but it could be related to the transaction pools. Again, we're spamming nodes full time, so this could probably trigger these high memory usage that restarts the nodes. But again, it's not it doesn't happen only on Lighthouse. It happens as well on with Teku and Lodestar nodes. So again, it's probably related to this issue. Again, I mean, not to the clients, I guess, to the CL clients.
Got it. All right, so for the DevNet, I guess everything seems to be fairly well done, except those issues we just mentioned. Yeah, so last week there was like a pending pull request for an MDBX race condition. I guess that's done. Yeah, and those issues we talked about. And is there a new version for Erigon From Erigon, I mean, for DevNet 3.
It should be available in later today, because it takes around a few hours to compile and make the Docker image. So I'll be merging it, be available by tonight.
Perfect. All right, we'll test that then when the time comes. All right, so regarding the shadow fork, is there any progress on that side?
So about shadow fork, we have tested creating the shadow fork. I think I shared a message. We had some issues regarding the genesis of the shadow fork. I successfully synced the network and stopped execution and prepared the genesis of this new beacon change, but it requires it to start from Capella upgrade. So we weren't able to make it work, at least with the tools we have right now. There's some matches there. I think it need some help. Probably Lion can help me on that bit, but weren't able to successfully create from that upgrade.
Got it. So who can help you? You mentioned.
Yeah, I think probably Lion can look into it.
Got it. All right. We'll try to set that up then. All right. So Shadow Fork, not much more, I guess. So regarding Denkun for Shadow, so the hard fork is next week, like 4 hours later than now. We will schedule a call like usual with, well, all of you invited, of course, for like a hard fork party, I guess, and to monitor everything. So in that regards, what data do you have at Nethermind? Like, I know you often have those graphs, so nodes running and Loki logs and other Prometheus metrics. Do you have this for Shadow as well?
Yeah, have some of them about our nodes, but it's available. Yeah, I can share links to them.
Yeah, yeah, it would be nice to have those links, and then I will also have the links from our DevOps, so you have the most information. And yeah, let's just do a post like on Telegram or something, so we have all the information ready on hand if we need to quickly look something up. Yeah, I guess everything is ready for on that side. So we are still pushing out a few new releases. It's cutting it a bit close, but yeah, I mean everyone should be able to update in time. So except for that, I guess there's no more concerns regarding Shadow. So let's move on to Hive tests. Are there any news?
No news for this week. We are still working on an error on Erigon and Nethermind. But
All right. Then let's move on to Shutter in the innovation section. Are there any news from Nethermind? I guess like they just published the Docker image finally. Were you able to play with it a bit?
Yeah, I was able to play around it a little bit. So luckily it works. So I'm gonna try to check some connections and see how our library behaves with it. So yeah, I would expect to have some questions to them this week. So there's a like positive move.
Awesome, sounds good. All right, so let's move on to client updates. Nethermind, is there anything new?
Yeah, we recently had a few releases. You probably heard about it, but besides that, I don't think we have any news. I don't know, is Marek on the call? No, no. So I don't think we have any news.
All right. Yeah, okay. Erigon, any news?
So we have a new release out today with some fixes. Yeah, that's about it, I guess. For one crash that Carlos shared earlier, would be working on a fix.
All right. And then the moment everyone's waiting for. Maybe. Guillaume, any news for Geth?
Yes and no. So I came back today. I'm currently, yeah. So over the holiday, I realized that the diff I had was already so huge that I might as well get Aura implemented, in the self-contained unit. So I was experimenting with that over the Christmas holiday. I took Erigon's code. I tried to merge it into Geth. I had to do some merges, some resolve some merge conflicts. I'm currently blocked at block 1301. And in fact, I have a question, but I'll probably bother Subnet after the call to figure it out. The thing is that there's a transition, so I'm trying to remember. There's a validator transition or validator type transition at block 1300, but then the transition contract itself is only activated at block 1301. Sorry, 310. So my block is 1. My faulty block is 1 after the validator set transition, but before the activation of the contract. And the issue I've got is that the Merkle root is incorrect. So I know, because I reused the code from my previous attempt, that the reward execution is correct, or at least should be. Maybe I should compare that too, actually. But then I'm just wondering what is writing to the state, or what should be writing to the state in this context. So yeah, I will probably bother Subnet if I don't get an answer right now, but maybe someone knows from the top of their minds what's going on here. I guess not. So yeah, that's currently where I'm at, and I just wanted to give it a bit of a try, because it would actually make like the diff less of a pain to manage, because Geth with Denkun and everything has had so many changes that I would have to start over pretty much if I keep using this hack. So I was trying to bite the bullet and implement Aura. So I will write Subnet in a few minutes. That's it.
All right, thank you. Then I guess that's just Gateway left. I don't know if there's anyone. Anton is here. Any
Yeah.
news from Gateway?
No specific news so far.
Okay. So for you, just the information that we'll have a new Lighthouse version, I think, out later today. I mean, Lighthouse will have a new version that is compatible with Shadow out later today, in theory. So, I'll ping you when that's the case, so you can update your Shadow validators.
Yeah, thank you. We are subscribed for every new version, so we do upgrade whenever we get it. But yeah, maybe if it's a specific one, it's better to ping.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Well, does anyone have any questions or comments? All right, then thanks for joining. To be clear, next week we will still have this call as scheduled normally, and then a new one as well at 6:15, or starting at 6 probably, so that we can make sure everything is okay, and then monitor when the hard fork goes live. Of course, you're not all obliged to come, right? But it would be nice to have at least a few people from our teams, so that we can catch issues if they were to arise. Thanks for joining, guys, and see you next week.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.